The House will now proceed with discussion on the petition. Are there any further speakers? I call the member for Dubbo.
Thank you, Mr Acting Speaker. I wish to make a contribution to the debate raised by the petition requesting 24-hour road and helicopter medical retrieval services for the Central West region. I commend the Central West communities for bringing this issue to this chamber and the member for Orange and Bathurst for their efforts in supporting their communities on this issue. It is abundantly clear, Mr Acting Speaker, if ever there was a story to be told about Labor's neglect of regional New South Wales, this is that story. The Central West had an adequate helicopter service that operated 24 hours, as the member for Orange has expressed how that operated with tremendous community support. They were satisfied with that. However, regional satisfaction with services, particularly in health, must not sit comfortably with the former Labor government, and in true style and form, what happened? The 24-hour service is taken away. New contractors entered, it's pork-barrelled over to Wollongong to suit their political needs. You should be ashamed. What we get is a lesser service, one that only operates to suit Labor's political agenda, one that is left behind for a regional area to use and operate, one west of the Sandstone Curtain. If this petition does something, it certainly highlights the neglect of Labor of Western and Central New South Wales and presents yet another challenge for the new O'Farrell-Stoner government to clean up your mess. It is now charged to our wonderful Health Minister, who has turned the tide in health in regional New South Wales in the space of a number of months when you let it die over 16 years. We now have to deal with this problem with significant economic constraints to again meet the aeromedical retrieval needs of the Central West. There have been a number of reviews that have been conducted by the Ambulance Service of New South Wales, as highlighted by the Minister and the member for Orange since November 2009. The consultations have been had. In context of ensuring an integrated approach to emergency critical care retrievals, the response time performance from hospitals in our area is comparable to the statewide performance and demand for services. As the Minister has indicated in relation to the review of Ambulance New South Wales, this will include a full review of helicopter operations across the state to make sure that we get this issue right. When you went and dug the absolute guts out of it, a shame on you once again. This will be undertaken by an independent body, as has been outlined by the Minister in relation to new tender documents. We will not make the same Labor mistakes of placing additional financial hardships on taxpayers of New South Wales by breaking yet another contract. This is a challenge that we will face and face head-on. I am confident, after attending a meeting with the member for Orange with the Minister's wonderful staff, Tom Callagher and Alice Hardy, and speaking to the Minister at length, that we can and will find a way forward on this issue to satisfy the needs of our communities. I will join with my colleagues at Bathurst and Orange to continue to work with the Minister on this issue to right the wrong together, and we will find a solution that is sustainable and secures a 24-hour service in our electorates. This review will look at all known road, helicopter and fixed-wing inter-hospital retrieval activity in the response area of the Central West. Mr Acting Speaker, this will also examine ambulance emergency road responses in our area, such a critical issue. I also appreciate the wonderful work that is being undertaken currently by all the medical clinicians and service providers, as alluded to by the Minister in the Central West, albeit in a limited capacity they don't want. There are so many stories that can be told from across the Bathurst, Orange and Dubbo electorates, Mr Acting Speaker, of successful retrievals that have saved lives. Unfortunately, there are the stories that the member for Orange has raised where they're not so great. Our communities are asking for equitable access to this service at any time of the night or day so that more successful stories can be told, Mr Acting Speaker, and we don't risk having to recount any tragic tales. The people of the Central West have spoken loudly on this issue. They want equality in access to services. They want an assurance that the availability of this service can and will be available at the most critical of times, and they want their service back that you ripped away from them, and they need and deserve an apology from you. You should be ashamed. They want what was unfairly stripped away returned to them with due satisfaction. Thank you.
Does the member for Bathurst rise on a matter of procedure?
I seek leave, Mr Acting Speaker, to speak on the